Stephen, congratulations tonight. I suppose job well done, but the emotions on Friday must have been very difficult in here. But you have a match like TNS coming up. That must be huge in terms of galvanising the lads again, almost putting what happened on Friday behind you.
Yeah, I just said inside it's easy for us as staff to move on from the league because we're constantly assessing it and reflecting as we're going. But for players, they're in the moment, they live in the moment, so it's difficult for them to move on after a Friday. But I thought they did that really well. It was a little bit of a worry tonight, if I'm being honest. But I knew after the first 5 minutes that they were there. They were mentally and physically they were in a good place, and they showed that again tonight.
Yeah, and this is a strange format in the sense you don't have that home and away kind of dynamic, or maybe away where you face a team, I suppose, 2 times, and the away game you might sit back a little bit. You were on the front foot here tonight, but given it's kind of like one-off, like how did you approach it?
Exactly that. We're at home, go and take the game to them, respect what they do, but impose our style on them as soon as possible. And I thought we did that really well. Even after the goal, we did that really well. We remained calm. We kept working them, and then when it was on to penetrate, we went and really hurt them. And the one-off games allow you to go and attack the games.
Yeah, and obviously their goal came from out wide, and that's where their threat generally came. I suppose that's what you would have been expecting. Were you a little bit concerned though in terms of the defending on I suppose on the goal, and just before that, the moment before?
We know, I think they've scored 16 goals this year from cross, so that's the biggest threat. We knew that before the game. But I think the one they score, I think he gets a deflection away from Dan Cleary, and the winger finishes it. Fair play to him. But we knew that was that threat. We knew once the ball goes wide, they get bodies in the box. The centre forward, really clever movement. But in the main, that and transitions, I thought we defended really well. When there's only one goal in it, you're always a bit nervy. We should have finished the game off. We didn't, and they remain in the game because of that. But I thought we controlled the game, the majority of the game, really, really well.
Yeah, and I suppose Neil Ferrugia's positioning for the equaliser, and obviously the flick is the more important part of it. But I was just speaking to him just before you arrived here, and he was, he seems to be thriving in that role and enjoying playing kind of off the striker. Is that what you kind of envisaged in terms of how it ended up playing out?
Yeah, we know what Neil gives us when he's in the centre of the pitch in Europe, and for certain games he's really suited to it. He gives us real direction, real pace and power. We have a lot of technical players within the team, but sometimes in Europe and against their press, we knew we needed someone to carry the ball and be direct, and in the central area, and Neil gave us that. And like I said, the assist for the goal was brilliant. His end product tonight could have been better, but I thought all round his game was very good.
And obviously the second goal as well, it's all about Dara Burns' delivery as well. Dylan Watts this time, not with the head as he did against Apoel, so a slightly different finish, but when Burns is whipping those in, as he did a couple of times, it's very hard to defend. Yeah,
as good as they are on attacking crosses, you knew defensive crosses that they give up opportunities, and we spoke about that during the week. We worked on it during the week. It wasn't every time. We didn't want to make it a basketball game, and that's where they're strong. But there was moments when we had good bodies in the box that we wanted to cross, and Dylan recognised it. It's a great ball, and it's a great finish.